want to do.
Feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lonzo,
And I'm Kels.
and we have a new video for you today. So it has been a while since we've recorded anything. I think we said this last video, but there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on in our life. We've been trying to catch up on, well, not catch up on stuff, but, well, now we're trying to catch up on stuff.
Yeah, well,
Previously, we were trying to complete stuff.
yeah.
A lot has been completed. We will fill everyone in very soon, but we have a big update to announce. We have a new member of our little family, and her name is Dumpling. And she's currently eating a treat right now. Come. Hey!
She's just worried about if she left any leftovers.
Come. Come sit with Mama. Come.
Yay.
Here we go. Okay, guys, so this is Dumpling. Quick story on her. We adopted her from the SPCA in Hamilton, so we had to drive a little bit to go and pick her up. But I'll put the images on the screen. It was just one day I was just sitting at work. I don't know what it was, but I was sitting at work and I just thought, you know what? I think we need to adopt a dog. Or get a dog, not really adopt. But then I was on the SPCA website and looking at all these pictures of these beautiful, beautiful puppies and older dogs, and just thought, I'll message Kelsey and see what she says. And I messaged her, and yeah, from there it was pretty much a wrap. I saw the picture of Dumpling, and yeah,
Sold.
I was sold. It was enough. So yeah, then I messaged the SPCA lady, and from there we scheduled an appointment to go look at her. So the day that we were meant to look at her, we were meant to take her home that day, but Dumpling actually had a...
She was sick.
Yeah, she was sick.
Gastro or something.
Yeah, so it was so weird because when we first met her, she wasn't like how she is now. She was very reserved. Obviously a little bit nervous, but she was also sick. So we didn't really get to see her true self. Yeah. And now, after a week and a couple of days, we have seen how she really is. And she's great.
She's hyper.
She's got a lot of
She's so
energy.
cute,
She's a
though.
puppy. She's got a lot of energy. She loves to eat. She loves to sleep. She loves to cuddle. But yeah, she's great.
She's a Jack Russell, like, cross breed, but we don't know what she's, like, mixed with.
We don't know what she's crossed with.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. When she's a little bit older, we'll go and do like a...
Maybe like a test.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally think that she's some sort of pit bull cross. Just because at the SPCA, those are the common dogs that you find there, and crosses are usually crossed with something that's very common. So yeah, I'm assuming it's like a Staffy or a pit bull of some sort. Yeah, so we'll give you a snapshot into our first week of having her. It was truly chaotic.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
It was.
it was like having a baby. It was like having a baby.
Yeah, we picked up, and I already felt like underprepared to have a puppy, just because like I don't really know what to do with a puppy. Like, yeah. Anyway, so we picked her up. She was fine. She had just recently gotten her like vaccinations.
One of the vaccinations.
Yeah, from the SPCA. And then we brought her home. She was fine for the first like what two nights?
Yeah, 2 nights.
And then
Then all hell broke loose. Genuinely, it was, like I said, it was chaotic. Man, this puppy put us through stress city, like,
Literally.
man. So I think it was the Monday. It's the Monday.
Tuesday.
No, Monday night though. It was the Monday night going into.
No, it was the Tuesday day, like where she was like home alone.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It was the It was the Tuesday. She was home alone, and she, for some reason, was howling and going on and on and on, and jumping out of
really
the restless,
uncontrollable. Like she was wild inside the house.
Yeah.
And the previous day, she hadn't been like that.
Yeah.
Like
she was fine, and then suddenly we thought that because we were going back to work that she had really bad separation anxiety, but so anyway we came home and when Kelsey came home, hey stop. When Kelsey came home, she noticed that Dumpling had all these hives on her.
Well, first she was like scratching, and I was like, okay, it's normal for dogs to scratch, that's fine. But she was scratching, and then like she would jump and run, and then she'd like whimper or like howl a little bit, and I was like, what the heck? That doesn't look like a normal like dog like playing. She looked like really uncomfortable, and then when I just scratched the itch that she had on like her back, I was like, okay, maybe she just can't reach the itch. As I scratched that, I literally saw on her whole body all these hives just turn up, like her fur would just stand up in those areas, and I literally was like, oh my gosh, my dog is dying. And when I came home, I did notice that her eyes were like slightly swollen, but because at that point we had only had her for a couple of days, so I didn't really like know what her face looked like to the point where I can be confident that that's not right. But there was definitely something wrong, and she's a biter. But anyway, so I just called Alonzo, but he had just came home at that time, so then I told him, and then we kind of went from there. Goodness me, you actually stink.
Yeah,
she needs a bath.
we're about to go bath her now anyway, which we're gonna film for you guys. But I think that the problem was that we didn't know her personality well enough to know why she was acting. Okay, stop now. Stop. Why she was acting. How she was acting. I think she's performing right now because she's genuinely. Stop. We didn't know her personality, and then suddenly she's just not looking the best.
Yeah.
So long story short, it was our first vet trip, a very expensive vet trip, after hours vet trip, after the 4th day of owning her, and so took her to the vet, and the vet. Listen, like we said, we didn't know her well enough to know that she doesn't actually have serious separation anxiety, like as bad as we thought it would be. She does a little bit, but not as bad as that we witnessed that day. Because I have a camera, so we were watching her throughout the day. So when I took her to the vet asked like what was wrong, and we just said, listen, it's our first couple days back at work. Well, I said it's our first couple days back at work. I'm assuming that she has terrible separation anxiety. And so the vet gave her a shot of antihistamine, and I ended up taking her home. And when we took her home,
she was fine. Her hives started going down, and she was fine. And we were like, okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And so we went to bed.
And then again.
Oh my God, going to bed was hard. Like,
yes.
She wouldn't stay in her little like playpen.
Which is no longer a playpen, a closed playpen anymore. We had to leave it open because she cleared that. That's how the first couple of days when she was in there, she was fine. That day, she was so distressed that she was able to jump out, which is easy for her anyway, but she was fine being in there. But once she was distressed, she would jump out of there, was banging into the door, like trying to get our attention. And again, we didn't know because we didn't see any hives in her until maybe about 4 o'clock in the morning. We were up. Yeah. We were up.
Well, it was.
No, that
we
was
managed to
4.
put her to bed. Yeah. But after maybe an hour or 2 of trying.
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
She wakes up and she's clingy again and just trying to get our attention. And he was going back and forth, and then eventually he came back and he was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. And
then I had to come out and I tried, and then I think that's when we saw that she had she was still itchy and her hives were coming back. And so Alonzo had to go to work that day, so I just took her outside because it was cool outside. So I gave her antihistamine tablet, one of the antihistamine tablets that the vet had given us, and then she was still a little bit like uncomfortable until that kicked in. So I just gave it like an hour, and then once it kicked in, she was fine. But she was like just sleeping outside with me. I was sitting on like a step and playing music. And then he was trying to sleep before he had to go to work. So
yeah,
it was like
it's like having a baby,
literally.
literally like having a baby. Well, after early hours of the morning, like not even like 30-minute spaces in between our naps. Like
we
it was,
literally thought it was gonna be a piece of cake because of the first few nights that we
Yeah.
had her. We were like, woohoo, she's the best. And then
what she is. She is.
no, she is the best. And now we know that if she does act like super clingy like that, there's something that's wrong. Like she's not feeling well, because she, like, although she will like cry a little bit when we put her in a crate to go to bed, she doesn't, like she calms down after a while and then she goes to bed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a lot that there's a lot of learning over this past week, but so far she's been genuinely a pleasure, and so happy that we've got her and she's a part of our family now. Yeah, so we'll update you guys with anything that we're doing with her, and we'll film more stuff to do with her. But yeah, stay tuned. Our life with a 4-month-old, 5-month-old puppy. We're gonna go bath her now, so we'll have a video for you for that as well. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.